There was a time before you learned to answer to a name, not because you had no identity, but because you had no edges, no labels to defend, no roles to perform, no story to maintain. You existed as a field of experience, sensation without separation, awareness without commentary, presence without explanation. You did not know where you ended because nothing had yet taught you that you should. Before the name, there was no observer and no observed. There was no me having an experience. There was only experience happening. Breath, light, sound, warmth, movement, all of it arriving without meaning and therefore without resistance. The name came later, softly at first, a sound repeated in a room, a vibration you learned to respond to, a signal that taught you how to turn toward the world. The name was not a mistake, it was a doorway. But over time, the doorway became a wall. The sound turned into a self. The self turned into a story. The story turned into a structure you learned to live inside. And slowly, almost without noticing, you forgot the field you came from. You learned how to introduce yourself, how to describe your personality, how to locate yourself in time, how to explain what you are. You learned how to say, I am. But the deeper remembering is quieter. It does not speak in sentences. It does not argue. It does not insist. It simply waits beneath the noise of identity, like a lake beneath weather. It remembers the way you felt before you needed to be recognized, before you needed to be understood, before you needed to be someone. It remembers when awareness was not owned, when experience did not belong to anyone, when consciousness was not personal, but shared, like light, like air. This part of you does not want to erase your name. It does not want to dismantle your story. It only wants to remind you that the story is not the source, that the name is not the self, that the identity is not the field, that beneath every description of who you are, there is a deeper truth that cannot be described at all. A presence that was here before language, a listening that existed before memory, a knowing that does not need to know itself. Sometimes you feel it in stillness, sometimes in beauty, sometimes in grief, sometimes in love. Not as a thought, but as a soft collapse of boundaries. A moment where the world feels intimate again, where experience feels closer than identity, where being feels more real than becoming. This is not a state you achieve. It is not something you practice. It is something you remember. Not with the mind, but with the nervous system, with the body, with the quiet intelligence that never forgot. You do not return to it by going backward. You return by noticing what has always been here, beneath the sound of your own name, still breathing, still aware, still open, waiting, gently, for you to remember yourself before you needed to be called anything.